Tomorrow is a heavy day of new PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game releases. A lot of diversity, a lot of variety in the types of games that are dropping tomorrow. And we've got 2 games coming to PlayStation Plus. So if you're a Plus subscriber, free titles, new games, let's get right into it. Let's start it off with one of the games that I am most excited for tomorrow, Necromunda Hired Gun. This is a first-person shooter that is being done by Strayamon Studio, the same studio that brought you Space Hulk Deathwing, and it looks to be a fast-paced, visceral first-person shooter. It notes, become a hired gun, the money's good, the dog's loyal, and the gun's reliable. Embark on a fast, violent, and thrilling FPS set in the darkest reaches of Warhammer 40k's most infamous hive mind city. Navigate an ocean of crime and corruption to balance the bloody ecosystem of Necromunda as a merciless hired gun. The money's good, and for the right price, eliminate the most notorious gangers and mutants. Your armory is a sprawling arsenal. Your body is enhanced with a dozen customizable augments to run on walls and leap over chasms. Your cyber mastiff will sniff out and kill enemies for you, while your grappling hook allows quick, agile traversal of the massive environments. And it's noted to be an indie, fast-paced, first-person shooter in the Warhammer 40k universe. Upgrade and fight alongside your loyal cyber mastiff. Endless weapon and augment customization. Upgrade, advance, and level up as you collect bounties. Best of all, the game is coming at an extremely budget-oriented price point of $40, and it is out tomorrow. If you're a fan of first-person shooters, definitely one to keep on your radar. Next up, we have a Stonefly coming from Flight School Studio, the same guys that brought you Creature in the Well. Creature in the Well had a lot of variety in terms of its gameplay styles, and Stonefly is an interesting game as well. An adventure game of sorts. Harness the wind and soar through the wilderness of Stonefly, a chill and tranquil action-adventure game about self-discovery, legacy, and belonging. Glide your mech strategically among beautiful flora and dangerous fauna, confronting hungry bugs, adventures, and memorable characters. Visually, the game has a very unique presentation look, and throughout the game, you'll be able to invent and craft new abilities for your mech while customizing it to match your playstyle. Take on a variety of bug types to harvest minerals, and then use them to craft specialized mech parts. Glide through tree canopies, across marshes, among prickly briars, and breathtaking nature throughout missions. Richly handcrafted art, and again, this one is coming from the studio that did Creature in the Well. Hopefully they learned some things from that game, because that game was very good, had some issues, but this is a very unique title, and I hope it does deliver. And again, it is out tomorrow. Definitely keep Stonefly on your radar. It's one that's been going a little bit under the so-called radar, so yeah, be on the lookout for that. Next up, we have a PlayStation 5 PS Plus freebie. That is Operation Tango, a co-op focused title, so perfect for PlayStation Plus in the sense that your friends are going to get this game if they are a Plus subscriber, which at this point I think the majority of people that have a PS5 are, because it has been such a really good service in terms of the games we've been getting. But Operation Tango notes, it takes 2 to save the world in this cooperative spy adventure. Pair up with a friend as agent or hacker with only your voices to connect you, and work together to bring a high-tech global menace to its knees. This is a game that I know some people were disappointed by this being offered as the Plus title, but at the end of the day, this is still a brand new game, and the fact that it is going to offer co-op play, I know a lot of people look for co-op games, and you're getting a one with Plus, so I feel like that is something to be commended about. It does know co-op puzzle solving, combines skill sets from different points of view to overcome challenges focused on communication, not difficulty. These missions can be completed alone. These missions cannot be completed alone. Thrilling espionage, investigate, hack, and infiltrate while executing missions across the globe. Live out your ultimate Hollywood spy fantasy. So again, you're getting this free with your Plus subscription along with some other games, so I feel like this is going to be one that's going to be worthwhile checking out, again, especially if you just have a buddy that's also getting it and you can play the game in cooperative play, which you do need to, and you'll fully enjoy the game that way. Okay, next up, let's go from one Plus freebie to the other one. This one coming to PlayStation 4 owners, but also obviously playable on PlayStation 5, and that is Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. This came together really quickly, because I remember when it was announced that this game was gonna be a Plus title, people were like, what the hell, Virtua Fighter 5 is coming to the PlayStation 4? Yeah, it is, and this is going to be the return of the legendary fighting game series. Virtua Fighter 5 is one fighting game that I played quite a bit of. However, I haven't been super into Virtua Fighter like some other people. I know the fighting game community is super excited about this, and it notes challenge the greatest fighters in the world in the ultimate remaster of the classic 3D fighter, now featuring gorgeous HD graphics, new online features, and all the bone-crunching martial arts combat of the renowned original. Master your fighting style to defeat all challengers in the 5th World Fighting Tournament and become a Virtua Fighter legend. Obviously, the games are super fast-paced, the battles, I should say. And it's one that you do really need to perfect the technical nuances. Like, this game is not for the faint of heart, and if you go online, you're probably going to play with some people that are pretty darn good at the game, so be ready for that. However, the audience should be pretty big for this one. I imagine a lot of casual fighting game fans are going to jump into it as well, given that it is a plus freebie, and again, this is out tomorrow. Next up, Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection coming from Capcom. Watch as this nostalgic yet completely reimagined storybook world unravels before your very eyes, taking cues from both Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts, and giving birth to something entirely new. Resurrection is a title worthy of its name. Obviously coming from Capcom, a throwback of sorts. I'm sure it's gonna be for a lot of people, and just like its predecessors, Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection makes use of simple controls that anyone can enjoy. Use them to your advantage as you fight your way through weird and spooky stages filled with unique enemies in this enchanting world brought to life with modern technology and game design philosophy. Ghosts and Goblins is well hard. Its unyielding difficulty has been a defining characteristic of the series, and Resurrection pays respect to that legacy. You'll die and you'll die again, as it notes. It also notes obtain 8 types of weapons, each with its own unique characteristics. Game is going to be priced at $29.99, so bear that in mind, and it is coming from Capcom tomorrow. And lastly, I do want to note, and this one's a pretty interesting one, also ties to PlayStation Plus. Wreckfest is seeing its official PlayStation 5 release. Now, if you're a Plus subscriber, you already own the game because it was offered as a Plus freebie. Well, quote-unquote own. As long as you're a Plus subscriber, you'll have access to the game, I should say. But Wreckfest is seeing its standalone release on PlayStation 5 for the PlayStation 5 version tomorrow. A pretty destruction-focused racing game, so to speak. A sim of sorts, a demolition derby-themed racing game with soft body damage modeling, sophisticated driving dynamics, and an in-depth vehicle upgrading featuring both demolition derbies and more traditional track races. If you've yet to pick the game up, I believe it's still available on Plus, but you want to jump on that as soon as possible, so add that to your library, and you can access the game right now. But that is going to wrap up this one. I think a solid lineup of titles coming tomorrow, and from Necromunda Hired Gun, Stonefly, Operation Tango, Virtua Fighter 5 Showdown, I know a lot of people are excited for. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrections is a throwback, but people are going to get nostalgic over that. Wreckfest, yes, we don't have that big marquee title like we're going to have next week with the Ratchet & Clanks and Final Fantasy VII Intergrade coming out, but we have a variety lineup of titles with a first-person shooter that looks great. Stonefly, I think, is going to surprise a lot of people, and some quality Plus titles as well that you can snag up if you're a subscriber. That's going to wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.